Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalam ala Sayyidil Mursaleen, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. The 13th principle of Islamic movement is that they recognize Islam is a universal faith. At the same time, it has to adjust to the local conditions. Wherever in the world, Islam is a universal religion, and it invites every person living on this planet of earth. Quran again and again addresses, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, u'budu rabbakum allazi khalaqakum. Obey Allah, worship Allah. He is your Rabb. He is your Khaliq. As He is the creator, as He is the sustainer and nourisher, He must alone be worshipped. So this is a universal call of Islam, and it is above the call towards a language, a creed, and to a color or a nationality. It is a universal call. And basically, the fundamental teachings of Islam for every man, that God is one, He is the creator God, He is there from the beginning, He shall never die, He is capable, He is Qadir, He has total power, He has total knowledge, He is Alim, and He never dies. He is forever. He is a unique God. He is not like creation. Creation can never be God, and God can never be a creation. God is different from creation. So this is the message of Islam, that people should believe in one God. Every prophet comes and tells, Ma lakum min ilahin ghayru. There is no God but Him for you. Ma lakum min ilahin ghayru. There is no other ilah except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Islam has a universal message that the guidance of mankind can only be possible through the prophets and books sent by God Himself. It is God's responsibility to guide mankind, and He guides. The first man is made the first prophet, Adam, and the chain of prophets we observe. 124,000 prophets were sent from Adam to Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the last prophet. So that is the internationality and universality of the dawah of Islam. And the same message to every person, that there shall be a life after death. There is a day of judgment where our deeds and beliefs shall be tested by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And man shall be either placed in the paradise or in the hellfire. He shall be rewarded or punished. So this is the universality of the Islamic teachings. But the strategy changes from country to country, from time to time. The methodology that is adopted according to the local conditions. This must be recognized, and Islamic movement believes in this one. Islamic movement believes in tadrij, in graduality, believes in graduality. You see, we have a model in the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He spent 13 years in Mecca until he was forced to migrate to Medina. So he was making dawah in Mecca for 13 years, from the age of 40 to the age of 53. Not only that, we also notice that more than 100 companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated from Mecca to Africa because there was so much of oppression and they could not live in a hostile atmosphere of Mecca. And we also find that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after 13 years, migrates to Medina. And the strategy in Medina changes from time to time. The Islamic movement has to change the strategy. When they migrated to Medina, there were about 300 Muslims there. About 100 immigrants from Mecca and 200 people from Medina, the locals, Ansar. But they became 1,000 within 2-3 years. And there was Battle of Uhud. And they became 3,000 in the next 2-3 years. Ultimately, they became 10,000 in the 8th Hijri when the conquest of Mecca took place. And they became 30,000 when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam led 30,000 people towards Tabuk. And they became more than 100,000 when he made his last pilgrimage. So as the number increases and as the dawah spreads, the strategy changes. Islamic movement recognizes the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam both in Mecca and both in Medina. And the graduality and the demands of the time at different stages of the Islamic movement. Now, we have so many countries at our time. The strategy of the Islamic movement must change and must differ in the light of local conditions. Goals never change. Objectives never change, but the strategy changes. This is what we believe. There are countries with 100% Muslim population. There are countries with more than 90% of Muslim population. There are countries with 60% of Muslim population. There are countries with minorities as Muslims. So the strategy has to change. We shall speak more on the subject in our next episode. Until that time, we ask your permission. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.